Good that you're watching to the video on demand of the weekly reset stream that we of course do here every Thursday. Come hell or high water. Like, there will be... I'm already thinking about some moments while I might not be here on Thursday, but then Joyce or Dennis can take over because, of course, every week the exchange resets. The anomalies will be available for us to play, and we're still waiting for something else. Like, around this time for Odyssey, Ubisoft was dropping new content. For Valhalla, we got the first festival, the Yule Festival, a week and a half after, or like a month and a half after launch. We're still not at that point yet. If you have, by the way, been doing all your weeklies since day one, then you should be able to get either the Naue or Yasuke outfit, depending on the project that you were focused on. Hey, Markaman, good to see you. Kin, Lost in Universe, good to see you too. And we have Danielle, Jake W, Mark, already in the chat. We got new anomalies as you see, so that is great. We're still enjoying that 60 FPS in the hideout. If I'm, by the way, a bit or not as energetic or whatever as normal, it's because I just came back from a pretty cool event for Claire Obscure Expedition 33 in London. Yeah. Was a short trip, but it was really a lot of fun to meet the developers and the voice actors there. Met a lot of other great people there too. So that was a great time, but I arrived like 2 hours ago at home. So we're of course immediately jumping into this because I'm curious what they got. So let's immediately, of course, record and then go to the exchange. Hey, good to see everyone joining Chaos Gaming. Bully, Chill War, Laura, Niels, good to see you too. Bex, is there new items in the Helix shop? I would be shocked if they have new items in the Helix shop because they launched that Fox mount a week and a half ago, but we will see. And it's interesting because these like Helix items usually in Valhalla they would leak, but so far they've not leaked yet. But I'm sure there are new Helix items in the update that will at one point show up. So let's take a look. So we got an arena one again, purge the corrupt entities, kill the samurai, and mine the echo. So these are all objectives that we can do on the map, it seems, instead of some that will of course be in the background active. So that's kind of nice. Let's see what the exchange has. Okay, so this is that's the same item as last week. Okay, this is the first time we're getting repeats. But yeah, we know, of course, know this item is really bad in terms of like stats, but it looks kind of cool. Okay, now they did this one. Yeah. I got all of them already. These were all in the exchange already. So this is the first time that we're actually getting a lot of repeats. So maybe this is a good week to save your opal. Of course, I'm gonna showcase all these items, or opal, all your keys, of course. Opal, different game. Yeah, this one, we're gonna test it more. We already tested it for the video we did on Tuesday, but it was not very good. So let's try it a bit more. But of course, they did fix this katana with the update that went live yesterday. Joyce did a video on it on JorRaptor, for if you haven't seen it yet. But yeah, this was not available in the transmog, but now you can. Ryan, thanks for the super chat there. That's very kind. Hey Raptor, do you think we will ever see a sequel with Bayek and Rome? To be honest, it would suit the story with Aya and has potential for Cassandra. We need it. Maybe some people know, but there was like a comic of Amunet going to Rome, right? If I'm not mistaken. So I do think there's already a story for that in place. I would love to see Bayek again in the future. Like, I still think there should be a Cassandra sort of crossover story at one point, because they were kind of teasing that. So, but yeah, a sequel with Bayek, I don't think we will ever see that. I mean, then you can make a case for an Odyssey 2 as well. I mean, I don't think anyone wants Valhalla 2, although that game had many DLCs. Okay, let's complete these. I will, of course, also be making sure that I get more levels here. And again, this outfit is really, really awesome. We have a short or TikTok coming up about it very soon. We already talked about it in the all outfits video too, but basically with Eagle Vision you instantly tag all the enemies, which is kind of crazy. So if you have been doing your anomalies since day one, this should be the day that you can get it, which is exciting. Let's look at the Helix shop as well. Would be crazy if they added something, but I don't think they did. No. And to be fair, I don't think they should add anything. They, of course, last week did the pack with Nawe and Yasuke, like this one. To be fair, like, I think this is... We already have a lot of it, like Helix packs, and they kind of have to balance it out with free content. And so far, we've not seen any free content. The first update has been pretty good, with some quality of life features, of course. But, no, I think it's time for them to... show us the roadmap first, and then give us, then even think about adding new Helix packs. Okay, this one is pretty close. I think we were gonna do it with Nawe. Javen is also a donation. Appreciate you. Do you think we will get mythical weapons like in Valhalla? I mean, I think we can talk about it now, right? I want to do maybe a video on some things that I did not want to talk about during the review, because I did not want to spoil it for anyone. But I do think we can kind of more openly talk about it. Which the fact that, yeah, they are just not really like... They kind of took, I think, grounded too literal. Like, they really made this a grounded game in terms of the story, obviously. And in terms of, like, cool unlocks that you do expect in an Assassin's Creed game. And that's why I think the sort of end game in Valhalla, the cool items you got in that game, were very, very exciting. And I do miss that. Like, you want to have, at the end of your, like, 80-hour journey, you want to get that Mjolnir weapon and then feel super OP. Shadows doesn't have any of that. Like, there are super OP weapons, but it's not, like, very cool. It's just, like, a trick you can do, like a build you can... use. Okay, so we have to use the Kusarigama. That is for sale. This one. And the headgear. Okay, I'm gonna switch it though to this build. Yeah, let's do it like this. And then we're gonna do the Typhoon Dragon headpiece. This one we tried. It was not very good. It was not very good. But yeah, this is pretty... It is interesting though with the perk from the... I always forget the name of that stupid dagger. The Egan Sunset is of course the good one with the slow time. Shinobi's Fury, yeah. So this one, yeah. So they can trigger the headpiece ability a second time. So we're gonna equip it. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, this is the one we want. Sky Preacher, man, appreciate you as well. Thanks for all the support today. That's very, very kind. Even though I feel like I'm like a zombie playing right now. But we should be fine. We should be fine. If you're tuning in later, I just came back. I'm like home for 2 hours. Went to London for an Expedition 33 event. And I think we should keep an eye on that game. I think it's gonna be maybe better than people expect. Which is kind of cool. Damn, too bad you can mass dismantle all those blue items. I mean, they disabled the feature. It should be back. It should be back. Okay, so we just have to, like, kill all the enemies in the area. Of course, as always, the bell rings. So I'll be back. Enjoy my Assassin's Creed chair. The thing nowadays also is, or nowadays, it has also always been the case, but the postman now knows this guy is home, like, during the day. So I can just call him, and then he's like, package for the neighbors. I'm like, okay, there we go again. Okay, so we have to do weak point attacks to stagger enemies, and let's focus on that first. Let's just alert everyone and then get them together to see the stagger from the hood. I think overall the hood looks kind of cool, but it's not really that special. I don't think it's worth your keys. What we've really seen is that you kind of want to save your keys, because there will be way cooler items. So this is the perfect let's save your keys week overall. Okay, so let's go for a weak point attack. Where are all the enemies? Why are they... There we got the guy over here. Yeah, that roll was kind of weird. Okay, let's see. Okay. So yeah, he just like... They're like, ooh. That is the effect. But the thing is, you are in that animation, in that weak point animation. Let's try it again. Okay, a perfect dodge of course harder to trigger then. Okay, I do think I can like do it with this. Let's use the Shadow Piercer. Because then we can of course make enemies vulnerable too. Okay, let's stagger him. Like we're in the animation, so the moment we get out of the animation, they're almost not staggered anymore. Yeah, I don't think it's really that good. See, I don't even have time to reach him for it. So yeah, I think that perk is really bad. Always fun. Come here. Why? I really want to make, and let me know if you did that already, but I really want to make a build around the shuriken where it can actually like deal some actual damage. I think that would be very fun to do that. So this weapon gives you 135% extra damage when surrounded by 2 or more enemies. But I really don't have the feeling that the damage that I just did is now more than what I'm doing. So yeah, we got 34. So yeah, I really think this weapon is broken. It does look kind of cool, but yeah, I think it's another one where you want to save your oak or your food. Do you think we will get a mythical DLC? Yeah, 100%. I mean, of course they're gonna do it, but they might. Like a thing they could also do. We of course know that the co-op mode is coming, or like actually at least we don't know if it's actually coming. Where? Okay, we just have to find the enemies. Okay, they're like chilling over there. Let's take them out. So maybe they're doing a Ghost of Tsushima Legends where they will save the mythical stuff for that co-op mode. Oh. That's what I wanted to do. Not very clean, but in the end we made it. So maybe that's why they are not going as grounded. Or that's why they went really grounded with the base game, because they have this co-op mode that, just like Ghost of Tsushima Legends, is fully mythical. So you have like kind of an extra... Like that's why Ghost of Tsushima Legends was like really fun to play, even if you typically don't play co-op games. Because it was like a completely different look into that world. So I do think it might be an approach that Ubisoft is taking as well. Although, I think it's more likely that they do a combination. Kind of what we saw with the river raids. I think the river raids are probably a great way to kind of look at what their plan is. Because with the river raids, you have to mind the echoes. With the river raids, they also used a lot of the assets from the DLC and the maps and stuff as locations that we could raid. When after Wrath of the Druids came out, we had a river raid update where we could fight the Druid enemies. Same for the Paris DLC. So I think that that's probably what's gonna happen with the co-op mode, that they will just repurpose locations that are already in the game. And then I think we're not going to play Yasuke and Naue. I think they're gonna make brand new characters, like classes, as you will. I think that would be way more exciting too. And then, yeah, just use the Claws of Awaji DLC map. And then if they do a mythical single player DLC, they might do the... Okay, we have to be careful here because this is still that mission that is bugged. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save my game. And then I'm gonna reload that so I don't like completely destroy that progress.
It'll be less trouble if I stay out of sight.
That's the... Maybe it only triggers if I read the note. I'm not sure. I don't see your name. Either way, we have to mind echoes. Helmets and cutscenes, pretty please. Yeah. I do think they will do it though. With Odyssey, they of course did not, even though we were also asking for it. But I think the people have been way more vocal this time. Okay, so we got the... Crazy to already see the anomaly things happening, and it seems to be... it's up there. Okay, let's just get up there. Not sure if we even have to kill enemies. Chair streaming. Definitely don't want any more playable characters in this game. Yeah, I mean, like I think I don't think it's gonna be. I think the co-op mode is basically going to be a separate game. Like inside Shadows, it's going to be its own thing, kind of like Ghost of Tsushima Legends, because they also sold that separately. I of course think the co-op mode is going to be free. Come at me. Oh, this is always awkward. I'm going up. You guys go down. That's no issue. Because the chest is over here, right? Oh, it's actually up here. So, because I also think if you... Like, when the co-op mode comes out... Okay, we have to... When the co-op mode comes out, we have to all start at ground zero. Because it would suck for people who are like, oh, I want to play Shadows in co-op to join. And then we can just use all the gear we already had. And to have Yasuke and Naue in the co-op mode and to start again, I think that would turn people off. But if they make completely new characters, I think that actually would really work. Because then it feels like, okay, I'm building a different shinobi that can use a rifle. Like, what if they make the allies playable? I don't think they will do that, but I do think the allies, what the abilities they are using, might be sort of the blueprint for some of the things we will see in the co-op mode. So yeah, we want to test this weapon. But we have the wrong build. So we're gonna do it like this because we want to do way more damage. I basically just want to see if it works. Because I don't think it does. Okay, that's weird because I should have it equipped now. We're doing a lot of damage. So boom. Okay. Let's remove the armor. The buff should be active. There's no way of telling. But it should be. We're in a very small area. Okay, so... I think that was a good example of what the damage did. We got a lot of new enemies, so I'm gonna go down and then wait for them. Okay, we can like kill this guy. Oh, they're both dead now. It's kind of hard to test, but the damage is great, but that's mostly because I'm just using my good build. So it's not like the weapon. Again, the weapon is not worth it. Let's just put it that way. I don't think I have to actually go back to my old save because that mission did not trigger. Maybe I should still do it just to be safe. I don't know. Co-op release date, like my prediction would be end of the year. So that they will that it's gonna be like the December update, similar to the crossover stories for Shadows or for Odyssey and Valhalla. And I think it could be really cool. I hope they have like a dedicated team working on that, and it means that, and it doesn't mean that the single player game doesn't get anything anymore. I do think they should see it as two separate things, but we will see. Hey Black Knight, good to see you. I would prefer something like Far Cry, where you were able to play almost the whole game with a friend. I get it, but that's too late. Like, they cannot... I mean, they can, but that would not be exciting for them to add co-op to Shadows, the open world. Because, yeah, then it's only exciting for brand new players, right? Kill the samurai, and I wanted to highlight, yeah, once again the two crappy items for... okay. For Yasuke. Let's go to that samurai then, that we have to kill. Yeah, it's always going to be hard, so we're gonna just go over here. Whip. Any more new info on the class of Awachi when it will come out? Again, I've always said kills. Oh, just like kill samurai. Okay, so this is one that we have to do in the background. Okay, that's interesting. Let's just go to the arena and play with Yasuke there. We do wanna... I think I'm just gonna like reload that save. But yeah, Class of Awaji. I always said May. I mean, it's so hard to say right now without a roadmap. But the only like official thing they've said after launch is like in the patch notes where they were teasing new content. But I would be shocked and kind of disappointed if I'm sitting here next week and we don't have a roadmap.
Gyoji said to
Because
ring
I
the
do
bell
think
when
that's
I am
kind of
ready to
interesting.
fight.
And then I do think I will make a video on it because they've been pre-launch, like even when it was still called Red, they've said like we're gonna support this game for way longer, it's gonna be bigger, it's gonna be this and this and this. And yeah, where is it then? But again, I will give them another week. And then we will probably get a new Helix pack, and then they should do something too. Okay. We're gonna go to Yasuke and then use those items. A roadmap would be perfect. Yeah, it's... And that's... There are so many thoughts regarding that, because also you would think that with them delaying it out of November, that they basically had more time to work on post-launch stuff, right? Because obviously a lot of the people were just bug fixing and polishing the game. But there were also many people that, yeah, are focused on new stuff, on new content. So for those 4 months of the delay, they were probably doing, yeah, something else. So you would think that with them moving the game, that they even like stockpiled a lot of the DLC. Because when the game would be out in November, they probably had Class of Awaji in March or something. So it's interesting, but I do think we should hear something soon. They've been teasing about events and stuff. But yeah, we also don't have like leaks yet, like data file leaks yet. Okay, so it is the katana, the deluxe edition katana that is in the store. This one. That you can now use as a visual look as well over other katanas, which is nice. Wasn't there before. With the update, it was fixed. So that is great. Are we gonna use it? We're just gonna... Yeah, I mean, we're gonna use it. It's like 35% damage when facing a single enemy, which is actually pretty good in the arena. And then, of course, the brilliant chess piece. That does, I think, look kind of cool. And it has sort of a smoke effect. Whoa, it's actually... It's way more present than I remember. Look at this. It's like you're a train. That's crazy. Francisco, when do you think Ghost of Yote will release? I think early October at the latest. I think Marathon is interesting that they put that there. Because, yeah, then... I mean, I don't think they're gonna launch Ghost of Yote and Marathon close. But we also know that if GTA is coming out end of October, then you also don't want... to have Yote around that time. We will see. I think I'm thinking early October right now.
No one gets past me!
Do I have the right trick? Yeah, I do. Okay. Let's get some hits in because, of course, the thing with this chest is you know it by now, right? Wait, she did like quite a lot of damage. What the heck? Did they buff it?
Heal. And I'll make this quick.
Okay, we need to test the chest more. Look at her health. When she hits me, she actually loses a lot of health. Oh. Okay, I have to test this more. Did they already fix it? That would be wild. Not sure if I get rations back, by the way, but seems like you do way more damage with the chest now.
Lady Masago is no more.
Where's a good place to kill samurai? I think just any castle you have not completed yet. Especially the later game castles. We're gonna do that afterwards. We're gonna go to some places where we can kill some samurai. I'm not sure if I get rations back. Okay, I have 5 rations again. Should be enough. I want him to hit me to see if he... That's like one health segment. They always get the chest. That's funny. That would be fun. The secret change with the upload.
After I kill you, your family is next.
Your family is next. What the heck, dude? I don't know Yasuke. I mean, I know we're fighting to the death, but I do think that should disqualify you. Okay, hit me. Hit me and take some damage. Oh, see? Hit me and take some damage. Oh, that's crazy. Maybe it's because I like have a lot of like damage with this build. That is way more. But the chest actually, I mean, it's still not good, but it is way better than we tested before.
Lord Suguru is sheathed. Victory to Yasuke the
So,
Giant.
Is there a build reason you only see one skill? It's because I don't really use abilities in this game. I don't know, they feel way too OP. And a build reason is that, yes, I'm using the... Oh wow, oh wow, okay, I think they did fix this. We have to check it, because I'm using this and I don't have it engraved. Because the build reason would be this. The 1% damage per unspent mastery point. Like, that's why I just don't want to spend more mastery points. I have 197, which means that I have almost 200% extra damage. And I saw people ask about the outfit. So this is the outfit that I'm using. Obviously, the headgear is not included. So I'm gonna hide that. But yeah, this is at the exchange. It was here last week too. So you can get it. And we're gonna test it a bit again. To see if they fixed it while killing the samurai. But we have to do the tournament first. To complete the anomaly that of course triggers afterwards. Okay, now we should do even more damage. I think. Not really seeing it though. Okay, does he? Look, he does like one health segment to himself by attacking me. That's crazy. Also, another reason why I don't use a lot of abilities is that I then have the extra... damage for my adrenaline slots. Oh my god. Come at me, bro. Okay. One more to go, I think.
It's a match.
Kicking butt, my guy. Yeah, I mean,
Has been toppled.
we've been fighting these tournament enemies every stream now for the anomalies. But I'm playing on extreme, by the way, so I can't wait for a harder difficulty. But I don't think overall that a harder difficulty makes sense if they just increase the damage you get and the damage you deal or the damage that the enemies deal. Because for me, what's mostly the reason why I think the game is really, really easy is because the enemies are just very predictable.
All fall to my blades!
Well, these enemies do have kind of like unique abilities, which is fun. But a lot of the bosses later on especially did not really have a lot of like fun abilities. And that's where I miss the mythical content too. Of course, do some hits first. And then
Embrace death!
your weak point attack. Duck, duck, weak point. So you get more damage out. Ah! She killed herself because she attacked me while I was wearing the chest. 10% damage again, it seems to be way better now.
Osen has poisoned her last foe.
Well, that happened, Dave Rod, the third. Just like you said. Hey Yor, I wish all the different bosses and targets had more variety and difficulty like the tournament fighters. Yeah, Ronan, I agree. We have one more to go. But I don't mind it for the optional targets because you can only do so much with the amount of targets that they have in this game. I mean, yeah, it would still be really awesome if they were. Because at one point you were fighting all the different Shinobi of Earth and it was all the same. They really felt similar.
I cleanse this land, just as you.
But let's see. I want to use the katana. You're doing the poison, which still. But like for the final bosses, they're just not memorable at all. And that's of course where Valhalla, in particular, with the after like going into the Sears hut. Oh, he did it. Had some really, really fun fights. While also having in the main story, especially at the end of the game, some really cool fights too. Shadows really like that. Like if you want to make a more grounded game, that's fine, but it should not go. You then should have like cool things you can do with your with the enemies to still make them exciting. Okay, we can do the anomaly in a moment here.
I can't believe it! It's a match! You did it!
Is Masiko's Vengeance still the move? Yeah, I think Masiko's Vengeance is basically the meta in the game forever. Like you always want to have that perk because there's not going to be another trinket that's gonna give you 200% damage for basically nothing. And the more you play, also with the DLCs and other content coming out, the more mastery points you will earn from new targets, from leveling your, like maybe they will raise the level cap. They obviously will at one point. I think probably with the update before the Claws of Awaji comes out, I think they will raise the level cap to 70, and then a week later or something we can play the DLC. But oh, there's another person at the door. This is getting crazy. I should ask like a fee every time I open the door. So my neighbors can get a package. I get like
You no
€1 or
It's
something.
my assistant delivering when the
That would totally add up over time. Okay, tournament complete. Now it's the real thing. Boom, mastery level increased. What's the point of the change season button on the map if the season changes automatically? Well, it automatically changes if you fast travel. So, if you don't fast travel, you can basically spend an unlimited amount of time in the season. But you want the season to change because you want to get those resources, etc. And then you can like do that by pressing that button without having to fast travel somewhere. That's basically why. So I'm curious if they actually added some new encounters here or if they are just... Yeah, if they're not doing that. I still think it's interesting that I have that equipped, but let's see what we're gonna do. I think I'm gonna do Nawe. We're gonna do Nawe for this. Hey. Adrian G-Boy. Okay, I butchered that, but... When is the DLC coming? Good question. Again, I think in May. I would be shocked if it's later. But it's totally possible. Okay, so this is my damage build. Let's see if we can like do something fun with it. Because of course you all know my... I'm gonna do it like this. Oh, no, this. Let's at least change it up a bit. Let's go for Scary Mask. And... There's like one outfit I found like very early on, which was very cool. This one. Because I don't think it's like the regular Onomushi, right? But yeah, this is good. This is good. And then we want to use a katana. I think we want to get some katana. Crit chance on enemies above half health. Yeah, that's pretty fine. And let's change it up. So I never talked about this katana. Where is it? There are so many katanas. Let's use the one from the projects.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a different one. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, oh, yeah! We fight a guardian in the arena. That's actually kind of awesome. Yeah, I do think that's kind of cool that they are repurposing the arena with like guardians and stuff. That's awesome. And it's only fight one. Okay, we should be careful though. By the way, pro tip with that fault, and that's why it's really nice that we can now change individual... Still change individual skills. You don't want to have the one where you throw the shuriken, because then you remove the vulnerable state. Okay, so this is only challenge 1. Let's see what the next one is then. Will I get new rations? No. Okay, Ronins. 2 Ronins. Okay. And then elite. Awesome. That's one. Whoa, the elite killed his own friend. Okay. Let's help him with that. Okay, now it's time for the elite. These guys are annoying though, these ones. But we are doing pretty well. Oh, he did get that hit in. Okay, we're getting some rations from the bodies. That's nice. Look at the damage though from my charged heavy attack. That was a crit. Okay, what? I think 2 guardians. 2 guardians is my bet. Place your bets. How do you trigger that fault over the enemy? There are 2 ways to do it, of course. The regular way is, I think, dodging towards the enemy when they do an attack. But the easier way is to use the perk from the Anamusha headband. Here you see fall over enemies while sprinting, so they can just run up to an enemy, do the faulting animation. You don't even have to use the skill for that. Okay, I say 2 guardians and maybe an elite or something. Let's see. Oh, just some shinobis. Okay, that's kind of disappointing. Let's take them out one by one with the small one. Really, is this the best? This is the final one? Okay, they do a lot of damage though. Those shurikens do hit. But mine too. They should do a tournament as a post-launch feature where you can only use certain items, or maybe only use the shuriken, or only something like that. Okay, we got it. We got it. We got it. Let's load the save. And then we have to kill some. Then we have to kill some samurai. I think I know where to go. I don't have that perk that makes sense. Yeah, it's from it's like midway through the game. One of the castles has it. We talked about it before though in videos, so check them on the YouTube. Hey Lucian Blue, good to see you. That damage increase is crazy. Yeah, again, it is the meta. Like you should always with both characters use the Masakado's Vengeance. I wasn't even I was using it, right? Yeah. This build, yeah. And then also the 15% damage per non-legendary gear equipped. Like, you can just use epics and then have 15% per, so get 60% extra damage. 60%, so 260% extra damage. You do notice that with Naue a lot. You do notice that. Okay, we're in a restricted area, so we cannot seemingly change gear. Okay, we want to get samurais for the final objective. We go here. I saw people ask, do you have 100% the game? To be fair, I still need... I think like this is like a good camp, I think, this one. Okay, I think any of these camps in the top left of the map works, I think, for fighting a lot of samurai. But I still have some content left. I want to save that for... I don't know, when I want to prepare for something or so. Like, I also don't want to get all my castles completed. I almost have all of them completed, but then for videos when we want to like test a cool item, you kind of need those enemies with those large health bars. And yeah, the Daisho are just very good for that. So that's why I have some of them still in my game, but... so yeah, this was really bad, as we of course tested. Let's do this and then that sickle again. And we want to get the samurai. How do you add a weapon loadout? Is it unlocked at a certain level? So you need for that to buy the oh, look. I think they are counted as samurais too, guys. Whap. That's one kill. My first one was only these enemies. How did you hit me? You do have to get some sort of leeway on that. Otherwise the default does not really work. Okay, so we now have 3 of the 15. So again, I think if we just clear this camp, we should be fine.
You will die here.
Oh. He had like full health. 1 combo. Insta kill. Insta kill. Insta kill. Okay, let's use that sickle now. It's really fun to play Naue with a lot of damage. And then sometimes I go back to not using the Masakado's Vengeance, and then you're like, how can I even do that? Because then the time to kill is suddenly like super long. When will they finally start releasing helix packs? Well, Mark, they already did. I'm not sure why that enemy did not see me. Last week on Tuesday they already did. So it would be wild if they did not add more helix, or they already added more helix packs. See, this item should do 135% extra damage. I am not stupid. Okay, now we're against 1 though. So I'm kind of curious if they think of 135% extra damage as it's double plus 35, because that's what it is. It's not 35. That's what it kind of feels like. It feels like 35% extra damage. Okay, what the heck? Not double. Either way, don't get the signal. We already went over that. How you're jumping over them? I'm just that cool at that, you know. If you just play for like 100 hours, at one point Ubisoft will send you an email with like a code, and if you then insert that into the game, you can like run over people. It's pretty cool. But only if you like play 100 hours and are cool. So they kind of like when you reach 100 hours, they kind of like verify. Okay, so we got a new person who reached 100 hours, but are they cool? So they got like a whole team at Ubisoft who's like looking at your gameplay. And like, okay, is it like, does this guy just play a lot? Or is he actually like doing like interesting things? But you can also just get like the Anamusha headband in one of the castles. Talked about it in the video. And then you also can run over. But yeah, it's up to you how you do it. They should make all the castles replayable. Actually, that's what Simon, the game director, associate game director, talked about too. That they do have that in mind. So, because that's interesting, he said that when you clear a castle, the elites will take the place of the Daisho, but that's not the case, right? So maybe that's like something they already planned. But I do think at one point a sort of like repeatable activity will be that they will repopulate the castles and then give you also a cool reward for it. So I do think there will be an update at one point where they're like, maybe not every castle, or it would be way cooler if every week a few castles get repopulated with like samurai daisho enemies that glow red or something, and then they just do way more damage. Take them out and you get red gear, or you get, I don't know. A gold would be like a cheap way for them to do it, but yeah, that would not be enough. Imagine playing this game for 100 hours. It was painful at 68. Oh, I'm way more than 100. Okay, we got more keys. Let's claim this stuff. Let's claim. Is anyone... Let me know if anyone cares about the data files. I've not looked at them, to be honest. Can you show your loadout, or is it like a video? Yeah, in the OP items video that I talked about many times, at the end I talk about it. But I want to do a best build video as well. And kind of go in depth on multiple builds for different characters. I think that would be very fun. Because I do see a lot of people ask about it. But yeah, that's, we kind of nailed that. We kind of nailed it, you know? And we're faster than ever, even though I feel like a zombie because I just got home. So we still have some time left. So why don't we go after some extra targets that we still want to kill? Because we still have some targets to kill. Like this guy. The betrayers. You're over there. Okay, I'm gonna get you. Tempered Samurai Daisho sounds like fun, right? Yeah, something like that. Because I don't think just being able to reset the camps and then the Daisho that you've already killed will be back. Yeah, it's good enough. But I think they know that. Whee! Oh, that's a civilian. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. I'm over 180 hours. I'm not gonna say the actual number. Sky Preacher. Respect, respect. Did you get your Ubisoft email already? I just care about Basim. Yeah, well, Basim, I don't know what's happening with that boy. I completely forgot about the battle pass as a whole for the first half of the main story. Title. Totally catch up with it now. Like, even if you don't care about the items, those keys are so much fun to get. You really should not sleep on those. Hello. Can I just get this chest? I just want this chest. Just a nice epic item. The Revenge of the Unreal Road. Okay. Oh, there he is. Sato Genta. Oh, we're gonna get some. What the heck is going on? Why are there like 100 smoke bombs going off? At least that's what it felt like. Okay, so now this sickle should be super OP because we get 135 extra damage. Oh wow. That's, it is pretty good. But again, it's also the amount of damage increase that I just had. Oh wow, we got Guardians now. Okay, we should focus on assassinating the guy. You guys can even throw rocks, but won't really do a lot. Am I using the right build? Yeah, okay. And now it's time for revenge. Everyone dies. They're gonna nerf you. At one point. Wow, he ducks it. Very good. And this is basically what I talked about before launch.
This
With
samurai is as corrupt as
they were always
come,
like, oh, if
trading
Naue
his
is
lord
getting.
for a better position.
I mean, of course, we're very late into the game. I have very powerful items, but I always knew that it was always going to be this way, where if you just know a fun playstyle for Naue, she can easily manage against every enemy. But I want to try some different like builds as well, not just with the slow time, because at this point it's kind of like cheating. It's kind of like cheating. The Teppo Guardian is definitely the most annoying enemy. Did you already encounter the Teppo Guardian with the shotgun, where he's like, and then he can, I think he deals damage to himself or like hits other enemies too. But look at the amount of damage, 8,300 with Naue. And Yasuke said, so Yasuke without the Masakado's Vengeance is at 9,800, even though it has, so I basically have way more damage than Yasuke if you would just play Yasuke without any big damage increases. But then with Naue, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I have to look at like different playstyles for her. But I think that blood triggering the blood on the entanglement, and that's gonna be fun with Masakado's Vengeance. The Naue bleed build is broken. Yeah, I should check. I want to check that. Yor, what do you think about PC ports that use Q for parrying? Don't you think the parry should be somewhat connected to the mouse? Yeah, to be fair, I think, like, to be honest, I think you're really making it hard on yourself by playing this game with mouse and keyboard. Respect. It's clearly made for a controller. But yeah, at one point I think you can of course like remap all the buttons, right? But left mouse click is a light attack, right mouse click is a heavy attack. So what would be the parry button? The scroll button, but not every mouse has like a scroll that you can push down. Not every mouse has like buttons to the side. So I don't know what the solution is. Hey Yor, hope you're having a good week. Hey Melissa, hope you too. Hope you too. As I already said here, I just came home from a fun event. So I'm kind of tired overall. And thanks for becoming a JorRaptor member, Melissa. Appreciate you. Lol, I love taking photos just to see how many likes I can get on them. Like for in the world. I think I've not seen photos for the longest time, I think, in this game. I don't think they are in my game. I saw them around launch, and after that they just disappeared. And that's also like, that's always the case with every Assassin's Creed game. They have that photo mode feature, and it's always broken at launch. And then at one point they added it again, and then oh, it's pretty cool, like with the concept art that you can also see. But yeah, that is we went over everything. Basically, save your keys this week, and if you have been doing all the anomalies, as I've been saying since launch, then you will be able to get that really cool outfit for Naue that we will talk more in depth on in a future video too. But we already talked about it in the all outfits video. But that lets you tag everything immediately by just using the Eagle Vision, which is very cool. So thank you everyone for watching, and yeah, I'll be back next week, of course on Monday, with the stream where we go over all the gaming news. So hope to see you there. That's on the React channel. And in the meantime, I'm keeping an eye out for news on a roadmap or something. Again, if next week we're here and there's no roadmap, I think that is kind of maybe not concerning, but that I would be disappointed, because then I do think it's time, because you kind of want to keep the ball rolling, right? A lot of other games do that. Monster Hunter Wilds had like a big update 1 month after launch. Most recently, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has been adding things here and there. So, of course, the quality of life features are great, but with these RPG games, we're used to every week, like in the case of Origins and Odyssey, having something cool. The Trials of the Gods for Origins launched 2 weeks after launch. That's crazy. That's crazy. Of course, Valhalla had kind of a different launch, but we will see.